Let's talk about something that, let's be honest, we all do: overthinking. We're going to dive into why our brains get so stuck in these frustrating loops. But more importantly, we're going to build a really simple, practical toolkit to help you quiet all that noise and get your peace back.
So let me just start with a question for you. Do you ever feel like your mind is just poop, 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 on a treadmill? You're replaying conversations, you're worrying about what might happen next, you're just running and running, but you're not actually getting anywhere? If that sounds familiar, you are in the right place.
That mental treadmill? Well, that's the perfect way to describe overthinking. It's this habit of getting stuck, analyzing the same exact thoughts and situations again and again and again. You're burning all this mental energy, but there's just no forward progress. It's absolutely exhausting. And what's the result of all this? Well, it can be totally draining. Overthinking is pretty much a direct pipeline to anxiety, this constant cloud of self-doubt, and something called decision paralysis. That's when you're so busy analyzing every single option that you end up doing nothing at all. It literally just steals your peace and your ability to focus. So why on earth do we do this to ourselves? Let's get into the psychology a bit, because this is really important to understand. It's not some kind of personal failing. It's actually just a natural brain function that's gone a little haywire. You see, at its core, your brain's #1 job is to keep you safe. It wants to protect you from making mistakes. Overthinking is just that system kicking into overdrive. It's your brain trying so hard to figure out and prevent every possible bad thing that could happen that it just gets stuck in a loop of what-ifs. So remember, this actually comes from a protective instinct.
And that brings us to a really, really key distinction here. Not all deep thinking is bad for you. Nope. There's a huge difference between healthy, productive reflection and that harmful, cyclical kind of overthinking, which is also known as rumination.
So just for a second, I want you to ask yourself this. When you're deep in thought, are you actually engaging in healthy reflection? Or have you maybe slipped into that harmful rumination loop? Just knowing the difference is the very first step to taking back control.
Let's break that down, because it's pretty clear when you see it side by side. Healthy reflection is all about moving forward. Its goal is to find solutions and get clarity. It leads to action and it feels empowering. Rumination, on the other hand, is just a hamster wheel. It only results in more anxiety, leads to inaction, and it just feels draining and cyclical.
So what does this look like in real life? Well, here are the classic signs you're stuck in that loop. You're replaying conversations in your head. You're imagining the absolute worst-case scenario for everything, or you find yourself second-guessing every single decision you make. If you're nodding along, these are your red flags.
Okay, so we've named the problem and we get why it happens. Now for the most important part. What can we actually do about it? Let's build our toolkit of practical, simple steps you can take to find that mental peace.
Your new overthinking toolkit has 3 main things we're going to unpack. First, some super simple breathing and grounding techniques. Second, how to use journaling to get some clarity. And third, a few powerful mindset shifts that can change your habits for good.
All right, let's start with the most immediate tool you have, the one you can use anytime, anywhere. When your thoughts are racing and you feel that spiral starting, the very first thing you can do is bring your attention to your breath. It's like a physical anchor in the middle of a mental storm. And the technique itself couldn't be easier. You can try it right now if you want. Just inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold it for 4, and then a long, slow exhale for a count of 6. Just doing this a few times sends a direct signal to your nervous system that it's okay to calm down. Okay, once you feel a little more centered, the next tool is all about getting those swirling thoughts out of your head and down on paper. Journaling is an incredibly powerful way to get some distance from your worries and gain some much-needed perspective. And here is a game-changing prompt for you. Instead of just writing down all your what-if fears, ask yourself this one simple question. What can I control right now? This little shift immediately pulls your focus away from powerless worry and toward empowered action, even if that action is really small. Now, our final tool is all about playing the long game. This is about fundamentally shifting your mindset away from the past and the future, which is where overthinking loves to live, and anchoring yourself firmly in the present moment. So how do we do that? 2 key practices. First is mindfulness. This is basically the skill of just watching your thoughts pass by, like clouds in the sky, without getting swept away by them. And second is gratitude, consciously shifting your focus to what is good in your life right now. It's pretty hard for that inner critic to yell when you're busy appreciating things. Putting these tools together, isn't about trying to never have a worried thought again. That's impossible. It's about building a whole new mindset, one where you can live with more clarity, more calm, and a whole lot less mental clutter.
If you only take one single thing away from all of this, please, let it be this quote. Don't believe everything you think. Your thoughts are not facts. They are just mental events passing through.
And that right there, that is where your real power lies. You can't stop every random anxious thought from popping into your head. Nobody can. But you absolutely have the power to choose which thoughts you engage with, which ones you believe, and which ones you decide to follow down that rabbit hole.
Just remember this. All the overthinking in the entire world will not change a single thing about what's already happened. And it definitely can't predict the future. The only thing it does, guaranteed, is steal your peace and your joy in the only moment you ever really have, which is right now. So I'm going to leave you with a final question, a challenge to take with you. Based on everything we've talked about, what is just one worry, one what-if story, one mental loop that you can choose to release just for today? Because that one small choice, that's where true peace begins.